Usually use Miracle-Gro potting mix. I use the Soil Moist. If you've never used Soil Moist before, it's a great thing, especially if you have concrete planters or something that you've planted that's is going to get a lot of sun. You're going to add this to your soil. I use 6-month plant food slow release fertilizer in my pots. That way when I plant them, I know they'll be good clear up until probably October. Maybe you can tell if your plants are starting to look a little slow growing or a little bit weak looking or starting to turn yellow or whatever, you know that your plant food's not lasting 6 months as it's advertised. So you're going to want to start adding a different type of fertilizer that you've mixed in your water or whatever plant food you just usually normally use. What I do, the reason why I use a dish pan, because it's a lot easier to measure out, because for a size 12-inch pot, you use about 3 tablespoons of plant food and a little over a teaspoon and a half of Soil Moist. That's the ratio that you mix in your potting mix. I know that the Miracle-Gro planting potting mix has already got some fertilizer in it, but I do add this anyway to it. You do not want to add too much plant food slow release fertilizer, because what you'll end up getting is a lot of stem growth and not as much blooming. So just to let you know, to be aware of that. And as you can see, I have a little bit of the Soil Moist, which is the white crystallized, kind of looks like a little crushed up fine salt. And the blue specks that's in there, I don't know if you can see them or not, the blue specks that's in there is the plant fertilizer. Now I haven't mixed this up yet, but I'm getting ready to do so. Just give it a good mix, make sure you get the corners, the bottoms, and then spray your soil down a little bit before you start. This is a perfect example of something that I would prefer to use the Soil Moist in. As you can see here, this is one of my planters I've picked up along the way. It's got a little birdhouse, and it's actually an old chair somebody's made and put this old wooden rain gutter in here. I've removed the soil from it, and what I'm going to do is plant some succulents in there. Put my hens and chickens in there. A little bit of this blue sedum. As you can see, it's, and I have another one here. I don't have it over here right now, but as you can see, this is not very deep. So it's perfect for succulents and the plant or the soil mix that I've got prepared. So I overfilled the soil a bit because it will settle in around it. And another thing that I like to do is just add some rocks here and there. What this will do will help when you're watering it, that it won't have the water washing the soil away on something like this. As you can see, they're just laying in there. The last thing you want to do once you've done that is to give it a good watering. That way it will swell those moist rocks up and they'll absorb the water. I had went and brought my chair in last winter, sat it in the basement, and got it out. We had a wedding here at the farm early in the spring, and I had forgotten to take it back in, so I had to replace the succulents that I had in there. But it does make a cute little arrangement, so I'm real happy with the way it turned out. Now I got to get some water on there before the roots get dried out. So here was just one more idea of some planting ideas.